Hey James, Mark is here.
Oh my. Time to kick it into dad mode. No. Perfect. Yeah, have him come on in. My man,
buddy.
Man.
How you
Doing
good.
Doing good. Just kicking it into dad mode.
Kicking it into dad mode? All right.
So, thank you so much. Appreciate it. So what's going on, man?
Living life. Enjoying the mini farm at home.
The mini farm.
Yeah.
Tell me about the mini farm.
So, 38 chickens.
38 chickens.
Yeah, 38 chickens. 2 goats are coming June 10th.
So now, do they? Like they just bring them in a delivery truck and like, how does that work?
Oh, no.
Like,
No.
They're like,
No.
is Amazon shipping them? Like you can buy goats now?
No, they go in the back of my wife's car.
Inside the car.
Yeah, inside the car. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Who gets car cleaning duties then?
Not me.
Not me.
I didn't want the goat. So no, I got nothing.
But
and
now
then-
you can say, hey, back home, like
I got
it's the greatest of all time, or something.
yeah.
We got goats.
We got goats.
Okay,
we
so
got
goats, 38 chickens, we have 2 goats.
And next year they want a mini cow.
A mini cow.
Yeah.
What is a mini cow?
So a mini cow is these little tiny, they're called Highland cows. It's about all I know about them. They weigh like 300 pounds. And they're just really cute and, according to my daughter, snuggly.
Well, dude, what else do you need to know?
I didn't need to know about 38 chickens and 2 goats either, but here I am.
Oh, so how did that, were you just like, you guys are sitting around one day, and it's like, hey, we should get chickens.
Basically, yeah.
And then...
And I have absolutely no say in what goes on in my life anymore. So I just said, okay.
Okay.
And then she goes and buys a coop and chickens and...
So, say that one more time. No control over what goes on.
No control.
Like...
I think there's a very fine line between giving in and giving up.
Dude, you're blowing my mind already.
And
I'm just getting my time out.
And I think that there comes to a point where both of them kind of intersect with each other.
Yeah,
that you've both just kind of given in to whatever it's going to be, but you're also kind of just giving up like, whatever.
Gotcha. Not worth the fight.
It's not. And you know what? At the end of the day, my daughter is so in love. She goes out there. So this all started when she got the chickens. And I'm like, listen, if you take care of these chickens every day, you go out there and take care of them, we'll get you a goat next year. Thinking there is no way, no possible way she's going to take care of these chickens all the time. Yeah, no, every single day. She's out there taking care of the chickens, collecting the eggs, cleaning the cage, everything.
Which is awesome, right?
Which is awesome. Great responsibility, right? But now I had to buy 2 goats. Because, by the way, you can't just buy 1 goat. They get lonely. You have to have 2.
There's nothing worse than a lonely goat, dude.
I couldn't even. And then they go to pick out these goats, and then they're like, "Well, we really need a 3rd one." And I'm like, "Oh no! We're putting this. We're stopping this at some point."
So where is there's like a local farm somewhere?
Yeah, in Kirtland. In Kirtland, off of Sperry Road. Feels like home farm. You guys want goats? Feels like home farm.
Feels like home farm.
And they do goat yoga.
They were at the Kirtland Easter egg hunt.
Yes. You might have played with my goats.
I did pet your goats.
You might have played with my goats.
I played with your goats.
So
come to the Kirtland Easter egg hunt so you can play with Mark's goats.
Yeah. No, they won't be there next year. They'll be at my house.
Well, you could bring them up.
You can come to my house. Just come to my house and play with my goats in the backyard.
But dude, they were so cute. So again, like talking about like
cute
girl dad, like words, like ever since Julia was born, I'm like,
Yeah.
so cute,
Yeah.
so cuddly,
Yeah.
you know. So like,
Yeah,
you
pretty cuddly.
get like, you know, sucked into the
Oh yeah.
to all the unicorn, pony, pink, everything.
Yep. Yeah. It's animals, horses. I mean, she rides her horses twice a day or twice a week.
Okay.
And it's complete opposite. Then my son, video games, you know, Fortnite and Call of Duty and killing things and blowing
Yes.
things up.
Yes.
And then my daughters, you know, I just want to ride my horse and play with my animals in the backyard.
Dude,
I'm good both ways.
It is so wild, man. It's so wild. Just like the complete difference, you know, everything. Video game, JJ, Zelda, man, like he is upset. Like this morning he woke up. Oh, sorry, it was yesterday morning. Yesterday morning he woke up, and dude, he didn't even say good morning, hello. He was just like, it's like, Dad, we need the master cycle. I know that you said that we need to collect certain parts in case we need for the master cycle, but you don't need them for the master cycle. We just have to beat this one boss, and we get the master. So the master cycle, dude, Zelda, you
one
get like
truck,
this
one
motorcycle.
track mind.
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
and it's I'm just like, all right, dude.
Yeah,
like,
let's do it.
There's no guessing, but like, and then Erica, she'll yell at me and JJ because we're both like.
Tunnel vision
like,
in on it.
I'm just bonding here, you know, with the greatest game ever. But no, dude, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Very good. So, well, cool. Well, everybody, welcome to the Dad Poet Society. This is try to spice up the intro. we got into it pretty quick.
Yeah, we did.
But, yeah, man. So first question is usually, what do you do when you're not on dad duty? But I feel like this was a very important thing to talk about.
So when I'm not on dad duty, is
Yeah.
watching my wife and my kids run the mini farm.
Gotcha.
I love doing that.
Gotcha.
But no, what I really do is own a real estate team with Remax, the marks of excellence. You're gonna buy a house, call me.
All right, there you go. So if you need a house for your goats and your
If you need a house for your goats, call me. I'll hook you up. Or if you want a house for yourself, I prefer that too.
Yeah.
Call me too. But yeah, so I have no idea how we have time to do everything between Shannon's business and mine. And it's
dude, Julia loves those dresses.
Oh, she loves dresses.
So like,
good.
Say I'm gonna butcher. Like I suck at like trying to capture like what it, for me it's just like really awesome girls dresses. But there's more to it. But like, so what?
Yeah, so my wife owns Great Lakes Kids Apparel. They're out of Menor. Started in her basement. Or in our basement, with like 4 dresses, and now she's in a 4,000 square foot warehouse, and
awesome.
Ships all over the country,
That's
and
awesome.
it's fun. Yeah, cute little kids dresses, newborn up to I don't know, size 14 or something like that. But they're this really cool fabric called milk silk, so it's light, it's airy. You can use it as a nightgown. You can use it when you go to Disney. You can use it when you go to the park, and you just wash it, dry it, and you're good to go.
Dude, they're perfect. It's Julia's thing, she wants to wear, like, she doesn't want to wear regular jammies, like a top and bottom. She wants to wear, like, the jammy dress.
Yeah.
And then, so, like, she wants to sleep in the jammy dress and then wear the jammy dress to school. So, the only actual art of clothing that she won't fight us on is the dresses from Shannon's bit. So, like, because they're soft.
Yeah.
So, I think I'll send you pictures of it, like, all winter long, she's demanding to wear these dresses, but like she's got the leggings and the long sleeve underneath, you know. So just kind of, she loves the pockets.
Yep, the pocket dresses.
Pockets, so but yeah.
Did you guys buy her the 4th of July ones yet?
Not yet.
You gotta get her.
What are we doing?
You gotta buy her the 4th of July ones.
Stop what you're doing. Get a goat. Get a 4th of July dress.
And buy homes for me.
And buy a home. Yes, get them all.
There's
a one-stop shop.
Yeah,
man.
shameless plugging here on this video. Completely shameless plugging.
One-stop shop for
for everything you need.
Yes. No, that's awesome, man. Well, very cool. And then so you got the farm, you got the real estate business, you got the clothing business, and then you're still homeschooling the kids?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
that's that's a whole nother.
It's a whole nother level. So Shannon basically does that. I mean, I'll do some of the stuff like the computer work and things like that with Aiden, and there's all kinds of curriculums that we do. But field trips are, us going on vacation and us going to the science center and all the other fun stuff there is to do.
Yeah.
So it's working out well.
That's
kids
awesome.
are enjoying it. The kids are doing work.
Awesome,
they do work for Shannon at her warehouse. A lot of it, they learn stuff at home. They learn stuff around, with the animals. It's all more the life lessons rather than just sitting in front of a desk every day.
Yeah.
And it worked out for our family, so I'll take it.
No, it's because I think I told me and 3 younger brothers, we were homeschooled till I was in 7th grade. And I just went to school. I think because my mom was, I'm hitting puberty, and she's like, all right, this dude's gotta go.
She's done.
Like, you're not cute anymore. Get out. But but I remember like on winter break, she decided to send all my other brothers to school because it's like it went well for me, so she's like, all right, see you guys, but it was like you said, the life lessons. Like there's so much. There's so much that I was prepared for, and just like the manners and the respect, like just like you're able to kind of instill more of those core values, like the core values that your family have. And it's not that school's not bad, dude. Like obviously, there's nothing wrong with school. And Kirtland is like a great school system, but the one thing, and I think we talked about this, the thing that like I was panicked about, just inside, like trying not to be like this scaredy cat homeschool kid, but like we grew up a street over from the school, so I never actually rode the bus. Like when I was, just
went right
school.
Yeah.
But I remember all these crazy stories and horror stories about the bus. So JJ, it's like, I remember the first day he's getting on the bus for kindergarten. It was like my first time getting on the bus too, right? Because I never rode it, so I was like, oh, this is magic.
Did you follow the bus?
I wanted to. I was like, there he goes. Like, but I still kind of had in the back of my mind, it's like, I hope nothing bad happens. But it was like, I want to say it was the 2nd or 3rd day, because he would ride the bus to school, and then Erica picked him up from Latchkey.
Okay.
He gets in the car with Erica and says, Mom, you can do this. You can do this, but you cannot do this. And like, dude, holy cow, dude, first week of school, we're already flipping people off. And then, it's probably like a month or so later, like, Erica was out of town, of course, and it was like the last day. I'm taking him down to the bus, and thinking to myself, like, man, this is really going well. And the bus driver's like, hey, did your mother-in-law tell you that JJ punched somebody yesterday? I'm like, oh my god, what? And so I went straight, like, just like, we're shutting it down, like, no games, no fun, like, your life is over, right? But I can't, like, this is all in my head, right? Just because he's getting on the bus, he's getting on the bus, I can't, like,
do it in front of everybody,
right?
Yeah, you're just gonna ruin the kid for lunch.
So I'm just like, I'm calling my mom and calling Erica. I'm like, we're shutting it down, like, and Erica, and again, she's definitely the better half of me, better everything of me, but like, she's like, James, just let's get the whole story. Let's not like burn the building down just yet, right? So I'm just like, again, dude, it's like that. You can't shut it off, and you're like, what did I do wrong? Like I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm like raising a bully. This is crazy. And get a call from a 440 number, and I don't know about you. If I don't have the number on my phone, I don't pick it up.
Most of the time,
But I'm taking Julia to school, and there's a voicemail. I'm like, I wonder if it's the bus driver. So I play on the voicemail, and she was like, hey, the kid that JJ punched, brought like an apology letter and explained what happened. So I guess the kid sitting next to JJ a hard time, was messing with him. They told him to stop. He wouldn't stop. And then the kid started messing with JJ, told him to stop, didn't stop. So JJ just punched him in the face. So like, again, you have that, like, if the school's watching, like, not okay. Like, but the bus driver's like, hey, so he was defending himself, but to be clear, punching is not okay.
It's still not okay. Yeah.
So it's like you have that, like, oh man, I wish he would have just gone to the teacher or said something, but like you do have that proud dad moment of like, all right, dude, you're like, I'm glad he stood up for himself, right? But I'm even like beyond over the moon, but like you're standing up for another kid that was getting picked on, like, so like that was cool. But oh my gosh, man, so sorry. So that I just hijacked the whole conversation with the homeschooling and the bus stuff. But that was the first month. And first month. But he loves Latchkey, so we started dropping off at Latchkey. So he hasn't really rode the bus at all.
Yeah, so it works.
So things have calmed down quite a bit.
The bus is safe now.
Oh my gosh, man, I was like, I can't take it. I'm like, this is kindergarten. What is happening? So, yeah, man. So I guess perfect. So it took us on a little tirade there. But my next question I would have for you is like, so like that moment you became a dad, right? That like kids born, and you go from expecting parent
Yep.
to parent. Like, what went through your mind? What were you feeling? Like, start from there and just kind of how did it change your life?
All right. So first, obviously, it was Aiden, right?
Yeah.
And so Aiden ended up. My wife had to have a C-section with him. I had never held a kid before in my life. I had never held a baby before. I had never done anything with a child before. So, they do the whole C-section thing, and you see him over on the other table, and then the doctor comes over and hands him to me. And I'm immediately looking to try to hand it to Shannon. I'm like, I don't know what to do with him. Like, I have no idea. Like, I don't know how to hold him. I have no idea how to hold him. I have no idea what to do. I mean, she's sitting there, both arms strapped to IVs on the table from giving a C-section. I'm like, what do I do? And I'm like, you just want to take him? Like, what do I do? So that was the first moment of just complete terror, right? So everybody's like, oh, it's this amazing moment, and it's this, like, everything shines, and it's amazing. No, I was terrified. I'm like, I'm going to drop him.
Oh my God.
He's going to fall. Like, there's something, nothing's going to happen. But and then so he did not sleep at night at all. Like, it was the completely flipped. So we started doing like shifts at night.
Yep.
So it was like a competition between her and I who could stay up just a little bit longer to give the other one a little bit more sleep, right? So the one night his umbilical cord falls off.
Okay.
I am like mortified. I'm like, I did something wrong. Something just fell off of my kid. I don't know what this is. So the next morning she wakes up and she goes, well, why is this umbilical cord sitting on the counter? I'm like, well, I didn't know if I had to put it back or where it goes or what happens. I had no idea.
Something just fell off.
Something fell off my kid. I have no idea. I have no idea what it is. So, so yes, the pure panic of what to do as a dad. And, now I think I've pretty much got it. But it was the greatest thing that ever happened. It taught me, and I'm still learning, patience. Learning to, put somebody else, something else far above myself.
Yep.
That everything that I do, I have to think about them, what the consequences are going to be for them, more than just, for just Shannon and I. It's for, the kids for the future, for what their future is going to look like.
Yeah.
So, that initial terror turned into, all right, let's learn how to be a different person being a dad.
Yeah.
Let's learn how to be more patient. Let's learn how to be more kind of introspective, to look at yourself and say, okay, I need to change this about myself, and go from there.
That's awesome. That's so you said patience and changing. So like I just had my mom called because we were in Arizona last week for my work trip, and it was the first time Eric and I were like we both traveled for work, but it's like never together with the kids kind of thing. But my mom said if you just kind of like giving some stories of something that JJ said and all that, and there's a cute little things. But this morning, man, like, and I told her, it's like JJ and I had a little rough morning, kind of thing, and it's trying to get him out the door because mom's gonna be late for work if she doesn't go get going, and then yada yada. But like, it's one of those things where I very rarely do I yell, and it wasn't even like it was building up to it. It's not even like I was even. It was just like, he did something a certain way, and it started with him. Like, and two, like, we have the big brother, and he's not trying to hurt but if he throws a little tantrum, but it like in a way that could hurt someone, but especially like it's like the little girl, and I mean, like, so it's like you're not consciously doing these things, but like, I mean, I yelled at him, and it was just after I was trying to get him to apologize to Julia for doing something and raising his voice at her. So here I am, you need to apologize for yelling, and then I'm barking. So just but like pick him up, and I'm sorry, like Dad was wrong, but like where I'm going with this is like I feel like, man, he turned 6, and I'm having issues with like. It's like he's a 6-year-old teenager. And like my mom, so it was good that my mom was like, oh yeah, like that. I feel like he's doing the same way. It's like he got his 2 adult teeth in now, so now he's an adult. So I guess the shift, like they become every year, they become a whole new. I mean, every day they become a whole new human. But like, how have you dealt with like, oh, my son is like, he's still my son, or my daughter's still my daughter, but like this is what happened to like the little kid, right? Now they're a big kid. So any therapeutic advice would be,
Therapeutic advice is just real simple.
Yeah.
They're going to change every day. They're going to have different emotions every single day, right? So it's not like, like today he might be super ecstatic because he just won a game at, something on the Xbox.
Yeah.
And then tomorrow he's upset because he fell off his bike. Yeah. And you have to understand that, the one day he's acting like he's, 15 years old, but he falls off his bike and gets hurt and he cries. I have a hard time with that because I'm like, why are you crying? You fell off your bike, you skinned your knee. Yeah. You're almost 10 years old. What are you doing?
Yeah.
But I still got to then take my mind back and remember he's still only 9 years old.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't understand. He doesn't, these things are big deals to him.
Yeah.
And I think that's your biggest advice to anybody out there is what's a big deal to them isn't a big deal to us most of the time, right?
Right.
But in their world,
it's huge.
It's the biggest deal that there is.
Yeah.
And, I can't count the number of times, like, especially with Aiden, he'll be playing video games. He'll be so excited because he got something or got like this new character or this new skin.
Yeah.
And I'm like looking at my phone, just doing something out for work and not paying any attention. And then I look up and I just see him looking at me like, you don't care.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's the problem.
Yeah.
I have to care about what you want to care about because that's important to you right now.
Yep.
And what's important to you right now, and that's your world right now, and that's what you want right now. You don't care about all the stuff going on in my life. You don't care about the transaction problems or what's going on with this or, bills or anything else, house chores. But to you, that's important. Yeah. So that's what I need to focus my attention to is this is important to you. This is important to Aubrey. So I need to be present for it.
Yeah. Is there anything that you do? So like you're making me think of like, yeah, man, like with especially it's about patience with the video games. JJ's still like he's grasping it way more. They're like, hey, there's a mission, so you have to go through the whole world to get to this blinking dot on the map to beat that, and then you can level. I mean,
sure. He
just loves running around. Like they have bomb arrows, so he's like, I'm like. I had to like kind of step back because I was like, JJ, like, hey, we need the bomb arrows for later for the big boss. Or like, but like, he didn't care, dude. No. Like he's having the time of
let him do whatever.
The time of his life.
Yeah.
But I feel like the video games has been an interesting way to teach, like, what to do when you're frustrated and not give up. Like he was like throwing. I remember we were doing like when we were in like our Pokemon phase. There's a Pokemon game. And he was like. Just facing one of the bosses, and his Pokemon weren't strong enough, and he's like on the ground, like just like, hey man, do we quit? Yeah. Do we give up, or do we take a deep breath? Yeah. Think it through. Like, okay, well, this is a water type Pokemon, so what kind of Pokemon is going to be the best to face him? And like, what Pokemon? So dude, I don't know. So yeah, that's where like he went to kindergarten, came back, and like everybody's got Pokemon cards. And it was like Pokemon everything, right? So, well, dude, I know way more about Pokemon than I ever thought.
Than you ever thought you wanted or ever wanted to.
At least the Zelda, like I was
all up on it.
Oh yeah, I was like I'm like oh yeah, but I still don't know all this stuff.
Nothing they have. Yeah.
But just kind of again talking about you and I, our sons and our daughter, like they're right there, and they are just enjoying the video game of life. Like they're just enjoying running through it. Blowing stuff up, getting goats, like just like, how beautiful everything is and awesome everything is. And then there we are like, well, I'm not here to have fun in life. I'm here to beat it. Like I'm here to win the life game. It's like, but you never, no one gets out alive. You don't beat life, right?
No,
but just kind of like, you get sucked into
what's important to you.
Yeah.
And what you have to look past that and realize what's important to them.
Yeah.
And I think that's like how we touched on too is that that and that's part of the reason why we homeschool is because kids grow up so fast and they get pushed so fast in school to do so many different things and to not just be a kid.
Yeah.
And if I can give them a couple extra 2, 3, 4 years of just being a kid. Yeah. And we did some work. Now go outside, ride your scooters around the neighborhood. Have fun. Yep. Instead of sitting there, watching whatever movie in class because the teacher was sick that day and you have a substitute.
Yep.
I can give them that experience to go out and enjoy themselves and do those things. and and we're able to work it for our business. Yeah, I mean, I love doing
Yeah.
it. So it doesn't work for everyone. It's not going to work for everyone. I mean, half the time I think it doesn't work for us. But
define working.
yeah, define working.
Define...
Yeah, we're surviving. But
that dude, that feel like that is parenthood, right?
Yeah.
It's in a good way. It's like it's just like how to like this pops up, that pops up. Like you're just trying to overcome the moment, right?
Yep.
So
I got it. Yeah.
No, that's cool, man. So is there anything that you do when you get home, or is there anything that you do to kind of like trigger yourself to like, all right, I got to focus on the kids, or
That's the hardest part that I still have.
Yeah.
That's still one of the things that's the hardest for me is, and especially because in my business, it doesn't just end at 5, right?
Oh yeah.
So my phone just doesn't stop ringing at 5.
Boom, boom,
So
boom, boom,
when I'm home, I'm at dinner, but I'm getting calls about problems, and I grab the call and do this and do that.
Yep.
Now, luckily in our business, we've come to a point where I don't have to be chasing after it as much anymore.
Right.
So if a call needs to wait for an hour, I'll let it wait for an hour, or, as opposed to, staying up until 11 o'clock at night waiting for this deal to come in. No, I'll just next morning I'll get up and deal with it then. Like it's not as, I'm at a point where I'm comfortable and confident in the business, so I don't have to do that. Yeah. But it's still, 7 o'clock, we're working on a deal, I still got to take it, right?
Yeah.
So it never really shuts off, but it's about being able to do the work and then get right back to them.
Yep.
And still go back to what they need or what they want. And so I don't think it ever really shuts off. Like I can't ever just turn it off.
Yep.
And I find myself at times, like I'll snap at them because something's going on for work that I shouldn't be snapping at them for. There's no reason for it. But I think I've gotten better about it. Mm-hmm. Shannon might say I haven't, but I think I've gotten better about it. When she watches this video, she'll go, "Yeah, you're lying. You are lying so much right now."
In the comments, just
the
comments, liar. Like,
I feel like that'll happen a few times.
Fake news.
But I think that it's an adjustment and it takes time. And I mean, Aiden's 9 and Aubrey's 7. I'm still learning every single day. Yeah. There's no way to say that you've figured everything out and you've learned everything.
Right.
So
JJ's 6, Julia's 4. So like 6 to 9 and 4 to 7, like that 3-year gap. Like what things stick out to you? Is like, hey, be ready for this, or I would definitely focus on
that they have their very own opinions, and their opinions are a lot stronger than what you anticipate them being. So, and that they just want to learn everything. So, like Aiden, he wants to learn everything about science, and like we'll catch him watching YouTube videos, and I'll be like, "What are you doing on your phone?" He goes, "Oh, I'm watching about how a volcano does this or that or something." Yeah. I'm like, "Oh, okay, whatever, right? That's fine." And then, but on the other end of the spectrum, there's Aubrey, and she's like, "I'm playing a horsey game." Like she just doesn't care at all. Like the school aspect of things for Aubrey doesn't care in the least.
Gotcha.
Like, but she'll go down in the morning and make her own breakfast. She'll make her own lunch. She takes care of everything outside. And Aiden can barely tie his shoes. So it's completely different people again.
Yeah. So again, Aiden and JJ, like we love this. That's another, every morning why I'm like, I swear it's like me and JJ are usually snapping at each other.
Yep.
It has nothing to do with what's happening. It has to do with, he's like me, where to get him out the door is like an epic feat. Like this huge like epic journey you have to go on from start to finish.
Okay.
Like, JJ, you have one thing to focus on. We have to get our shoes on, and then just the distractions, the sidestepping to get just like 4 feet away.
Yep.
Your shoes are right there. Yep. But Julia, like, she was helping me put my tonneau cover on my truck last night. Like, she wants to like. Yep. She wants to be like Erica's the handyman of the house. I feel like now we have a second handyman in Julia. So it's just me and JJ are just like, no, let's just hang. It's like JJ would never leave the house unless you got him out. Like Julia, if her legs could reach, she'd be driving the car to school already and all
doing
that.
Whatever she wants to do. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. So like they're like the daughter, like they're just now. Does your daughter want to be Like does Aubrey want, like Julia? I just watch it because again you can you and I can see that
Yep.
Julia, all she wants to do, be, and is just she wants to be Erica.
Yeah, no, that's the way Aubrey is. I mean, she wants all the same stuff Shannon does. She knows Shannon loves the goats and the chickens and the animals, and Shannon's a huge animal lover. And Aubrey's that exact same way. Like she loves to do the same things that mom does. She loves to go pick out flowers with mom. She loves to go do this and that with mom. Like that's just the way it is. Like I feel like finally I've broken in a little bit. Like she wants to do a little bit with dad. Yeah. But it's taken a long time. Yeah. I mean, when she was first born, I mean, I couldn't hold her. She just screamed. As soon as I handed her to Shannon, she'd be fine. Yep. She wanted nothing to do with me. She didn't want to be by me. She didn't want to sit by me. Nothing.
Okay, so it's not okay.
No.
I'm like, what did I ever do to you?
Yeah, no. I think it's just it's it's like some sort of like innate bond, right? Yeah. Like Aiden gravitated towards me. I mean, we went on our little daddy duder days all the time, where we would go and hang out and do different things. Yeah. And Aubrey never wanted to do that with me. She wanted to do that with mom. Yep. But Aiden didn't do that with Shannon. So it was like, you kind of, things gravitate towards what's comfortable for him. Yeah. And like I said, I think now it's starting to turn a little bit. Okay. Like she'll want to go do stuff with me and she'll want to go hang out with me. And it just takes time. So you don't let yourself get too down about it like I was in the beginning, thinking, I'm doing something terribly wrong here.
I was just like, because it's not like you're losing your wife, but it's like, hey, I can't even like have a one-on-one conversation with Erica because Julia's crawling all over and screaming. And it's not Erica's fault. It's not Julia's. It's just they're just doing their thing, right? Yep. And just like so, it's just interesting. Like I was like, what the heck, man? Like I'm just gonna be this. But this is why like we do this like the number one dad paper. It's like I feel like you become a dad and you're kind of like you're the paper cup of life. It's like, hey, if we need you, we'll get you out of the cupboard or something. We'll get you out of the basement.
That's a metaphor right there. The paper cup of life.
Paper cup of life, dude. So just kind of, but we're proud of it, right? It's like we're the proudest paper cups you ever met.
Proudest paper cups you ever met. I personally like being a Yeti, but you can be a paper cup.
We'll get there.
Whatever you want to do.
In our minds, we're Yetis.
In our minds, we're
Yetis, but cool. So kind of on that note, like I guess the next question I would have for you is like, what do you love most about being a dad? Like, what are some of the things that stick out to you?
Loving the most is just watching them get accomplish things. Watching, Aubrey when she's riding horses, watching her do something new, watching her canter for the first time, watching her do a jump for the first time, and seeing the excitement that she has about it. And for Aiden, it's like I said, he loves riding his go-kart around the backyard and watching him do something with that, or watching him, win something in a video game that he loves so much, or watching him, he's been learning how to type on the computer. So actual typing courses. Yeah. And the other day he was crying. He's like, I can't do it. This one's too hard. And I'm like, no, you're going to sit there and you're going to do it until you do it. Yeah. And he was so proud when he came out and said, awesome. I did it. I passed that I passed that level for the typing. Yeah. But watching him get so proud of himself and watching Aubrey get proud of herself, just knowing that, something that we're doing is right. So something that we're doing is the right thing, so that they're proud of themselves. And and knowing that you're doing your best to make them be decent human beings later in life, and just having fun with them. I mean, I love being able to just go and have fun. Like we were at Cedar Point last weekend. This upcoming week from Monday, we're going to Cedar Point again because the kids want to ride some more rides. They spend the summers up at the pool and up at Waldemere in PA, and they do all that stuff. Yeah, Waldemere's awesome.
The best. Go to Waldemere. The Waldemere is it's like parent friendly.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Like, hey, let's build this so that the parents don't have to stress out. Yep. And like, where the heck's my kid with it?
They make it easy. The water park's awesome.
Amazing.
Yeah, amazing. Yeah, but everybody don't go at once though, because then it gets too crowded.
Yeah. So don't go when we're there. Well, if you're cool, I guess.
It depends. Yeah. Because
let's book some time so that way we can.
Everybody can go at their own times. Yeah. Because we went to Cedar Point opening day. Oh, that was terrible.
Okay.
The kids got to ride like two things. It was horrible. Okay. There's so many people there.
Can you buy any passes to just jump the line or?
Yeah. And I'm not rich enough to buy those.
Yeah, but okay.
No. I mean, you're talking like $100 and some a person a day.
A day. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You could ride all the big rides one time.
But so basically you can't go on the same ride multiple
No,
times.
you gotta buy like some additional pass to be able to do that.
So it's $100 a day, and it gets you one ride, skip line in each ride.
Yeah,
Or
something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's something like
Okay.
that. But it's just, I couldn't imagine paying that on
Yeah.
top of the season
Yeah.
the season passes to already go there, and then paying that on top of going there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just everything gets so expensive now.
Yeah.
So I mean, I can't figure out how Waldameer is more than Cedar Point.
Mm,
So
I didn't know that.
yeah.
Okay.
The only thing I can think of is there's nothing around there. So like you got a captive audience. I mean,
Hey, it's Waldemere or Waldemere?
it's Waldameer,
Yeah.
Waldameer,
So,
yeah.
no.
But we go up there. I mean, it's an hour from our house. I mean, the kids, we go up there during the summer, and the kids play in the water all day.
Yeah.
So watching them grow, they both learned how to swim this past year, like really good. And
That's
we were in Disney, and we went to this place called Discovery Cove, which is owned by SeaWorld. It's like this amazing like nature preserve water thing, and they have this lazy river, and the lazy river goes down to 8 feet, and there's rocks at the bottom of the 8 feet.
Okay.
And Aiden's he's diving down, swimming down, picking up a rock, whatever.
That's awesome.
Aubrey's barely out of her like life jacket, right?
Yeah.
Like she's hanging onto a pool noodle, thinking she's gonna
Yeah.
drown. And all of a sudden, I turn around and she's got 2 rocks in her hands.
Okay.
And I'm like, "What'd you do?" She goes, "I dove down and I got them."
Nice.
I'm like, "How'd you learn how to dive down and get them?" She goes, "Watch Aiden."
That's awesome.
And I'm like, "No way! Like you did not. Like you gotta do that again."
Yeah.
Sure enough, dives herself down, grabs them, and comes back up.
Good for her.
Like
man.
I
That's
thought it was the coolest thing because
Yeah.
she just wanted to do it, so she figured out how to do it.
Yeah.
And she didn't give up and not do it because she didn't do it the first couple of times.
Yeah.
She just did it. And
That's awesome.
so yes, little things like that. Just watching the excitement.
Yep. Well, too, it's like you forget how amazing, like, just us going about our day, like, just driving. Like, remember the first time you got your driver's license? Like, how, like,
Oh, yeah.
it's okay,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
just like, and swimming, like, you take that for granted. You
Yep.
you just take everything for
Yep.
granted.
Not Shannon. She can't swim.
Oh, not Shannon. Okay.
No, she's terrified.
Say.
She is so terrified. You're gonna hate me for saying this. She doesn't like water rides. She's terrified of them. We got her on at Kalahari. We got her on the cheetah racers. We have to lay on this like flat board and go down this head first down this water slide.
Yeah.
Oh, she was terrified.
Oh my
Gets to
God.
the end of this one that's like a toilet bowl. You sit in a tube and you get swirled around and dumped down to the
Dude,
bottom.
that's her nightmare,
You could
dude.
hear her screaming. And if anybody wants to hear it, I got a video of it. You can hear her screaming down the entire ride until you get to the bottom. It was amazing. But in all honesty, I won't do this crazy upside down spinning rides. And
Okay.
she'll do that with the kids all the time.
Gotcha.
So
Gotcha.
I'll ride the
You
water
want to hear
rides.
you scream?
Yeah.
Just
Oh
give a
yeah.
video?
No, it's not screaming. I'll be over one of the trash cans for quite a while. Yeah, it's terrible. Yeah. So she'll go and do all that stuff with the kids and all the spinny rides, and I'll go on the water stuff.
That's cool.
So it all works out, right?
Yeah. No, I almost drowned twice in swimming lessons back in the day. So like I still, even though I can swim, I still have like this like underlying fear of the water all the time. It's interesting. So yeah, I feel Shannon, I feel you on that. But yeah, man, it's wild. Well, cool. So anything else that you would add to like just loving being a dad?
No, like I said, the biggest thing is just being present with the kids and watching them grow and just experiencing the excitement with them and realizing that excitement is important.
Yeah, and it's just joy, man.
Yep.
Feel the joy for real,
Yep.
So, well, cool, man. So I guess the next question I have for you is just, how do you want to be remembered as a dad?
So being remembered as a dad.
Yeah.
So is that the last question? Is there one more?
Got two more after
Two
this,
more
actually.
after that.
Yeah.
All right. So
So pop quiz for me. Like, do we have more?
yeah, how many more are there? So remembered as a dad. I want to be remembered as somebody who's fun, somebody who always puts their kids ahead of them.
Yep.
Make sure that their kids don't ever have too much, and I say that because my kids probably do have too much, and I wasn't good about kind of restricting it, but making sure that they've always had exactly what they want, but never too spoiled, even though they probably are too spoiled.
Yeah.
But I want to be the dad that all the other kids want to come over to their house and play there and have fun there.
Yeah.
You know, I want to be the Kool-Aid dad, right? I
Yeah,
want the
the
kids
Kool-Aid
to.
dad.
I want the kids to come over and go on the giant water slide at the summer party.
Dude, yeah.
And
oh, that thing's amazing.
I know,
man.
right? That's awesome. And you know, and ride around on the scooters and the go-karts in the backyard, and you know, having 10 kids run around my backyard and the kids having fun with them while I'm cooking hot dogs and burgers on the grill. Like that's fun to me. Like that's fun to watch them do that.
Yeah.
So I want to be remembered as the dad who, you know, go ahead, have fun, enjoy yourself. You know, make sure you guys aren't doing something stupid.
Yeah.
But enjoy yourself, have fun. And then also, you know, I mean, we both, you know, we're also both into giving back and philanthropy and everything else. Yeah. And I want the kids to have that same mindset, you know, that, you know, just because I have this and you don't, you know, let me help you find a way to get it, or let me give this to you to help you out, or whatever. I mean, I can't count the number of times that Aiden will be playing a video game and he'll be like, Dad, can I have more of these? They're called V-Bucks in Fortnite, right? Okay. Dad, can I have more V-Bucks? I'm like, I just gave you like $20 worth. Like, what do you need more for? He goes, oh, my one friend doesn't have this, and he wants to be just like me in the game and have this thing, and I want to be able to give it to him. And like for a minute, I'm like, but that's money. Like that's real money to me. Like, but then I'm like, but he wants to give it to somebody else. He wants to do something. You know, I can't. That's the amount of times that other kids come over to our house and Aubrey will give him a stuffed animal or give him something of hers to take home because they really loved it.
That's cool.
And you know, I just think that's the first step, right, into giving back to things later in life and giving back to other organizations, to other people.
Yep.
So
and it's it definitely. I think it takes time, and it takes, you know, we've had these other chats in our other videos and just other chats and conversations. Like, it's like you think that, hey, if I just get this, or if I just achieve that, or I can afford this, like there is kind of that like the carrot that dangles. Like, okay, well, you know, if I just have if I can get this, if I can get all the things in life, then I will experience true joy, right? And then, but it's not the getting, it's the get. Like you want to feel like true joy, and like that. Being, like talking about like, I remember like when JJ's a baby, I'm like, this is joy. Like this is like I've been happy before, but I don't think I've ever like had like true genuine joy. You know, and it comes from the giving and I'm the same way, man. Where I'm just like. There's White Rabbit Kids in downtown Willoughby. So Lauren Dannemiller, she owns it. She's a good friend of ours, and so great place to check out. But go check out White Rabbit Kids after you get your house, your dresses, and your goats, and then go to White Rabbit Kids. I mean, like every time like we go there. You know, I know like we've given the kids money, and like JJ's got like I had my like Super Mario Velcro wallet that I would use when I would travel, just because like because it made me smile, but then two, I was like, well, how if you're traveling, like it makes perfect sense to have like the Velcro, the zippers, all that. But JJ saw it and he wanted it, so now this is like probably one of my favorite dad things now is my Ninja Turtle Velcro wallet, dude. Like so just. But I'll have them like take their wallet and their purse, and they'll have like $3-4 or like whatever. And I always say like, I'm gonna teach them a lesson. Like they're gonna spend their money. They're gonna. And then I feel bad. It's just weird. I feel bad using their money. So, but I was trying to do it a couple weeks ago when I took the kids out. I went to Pulp in Willoughby and they wanted a smoothie. They love Pulp over there. But we're standing in line. I'm like, JJ, I'm like, do you want to use your money? Like, remember we talked about like, you know, smoothies cost money. Like, everything costs. I try to make it a point. Anytime we're buying something, like I do say like, does X cost money? Like, yeah, Dad. If you need money, where do you go? To work, Dad. Yes. You know, so I try to like as best I can to connect.
At least they didn't say to Dad.
Yeah, right.
My kids would be like, "We just come to you, Dad."
We just come to you. Yeah, we come to the money tree.
The
dad money tree.
The dad money tree.
But but JJ's like, "No, Dad, I don't want to waste my money." And I'm like, "That's a good, you know." So I'm thinking like maybe he won't like he's gonna pass on the smoothie, right? Like, he's just like, "No, Dad, I don't need a smoothie that bad. I don't waste my money." But and then he's like, "I just want to waste yours." I'm like. I guess I'm still getting smoothie. All right, cool. But just
and then he wants the extra large.
So, but it is, man. I think it's when I don't know about you, but like it's usually not at home with each other. that they're like like that giving.
Oh no,
You
kind of
know,
all
you know,
with
like
each other.
with
No,
each
no.
other is like the worst. But like, yeah, it's cool to like when you're out in public or you're out at like a school thing or a family thing, and you see them like being giving and charitable with their friends and all. You know, so it's just like that's cool, man.
Yeah,
It's a
we're
big
doing
deal.
something right.
We're doing
Doing something right.
is clicking
Yep.
where it needs to be. So, perfect, man. Anything else that you would add to being remembered as a dad? I like that.
No, I think
Being
that's.
remembered is fun too. Like,
Yeah.
but we'll see.
I want all the other kids to remember me that way too. You know, I want to remember that they had fun coming over to the Baughman's house, right? Like they had fun coming over and doing that. And if I can make other kids happy and my kids happy and have them have fun, let's go for it.
You're like the Santa Claus of the neighborhood,
Yeah.
All summer long.
I don't know if I want to be a Santa Claus.
Well, all right.
That might be a little much.
All right. So
call me the Tooth Fairy. They don't give as much as Santa Claus. Tooth Fairy in the neighborhood. That's fair enough. Tooth Fairy.
The Dad Fairy.
Dad Fairy. The next Dad Fairy, I'm bringing some wings.
All right, there you go, dude. Yes.
Yeah, I'll bring some wings.
That's awesome. Well, cool, man. So the next question I have for you then is what's on your dad bucket list? And I know so you go to Disney a lot.
Yeah, we go to Disney a lot.
Do a lot of those things. So like, first off, tips. So anybody that's going to Disney, what are some tips there? But like, what's on your bucket list? At least dad wise.
All right. So tips for Disney.
Yes.
Number one, tame your expectations. Disney is crazy. There's so much to do. Okay. You're not going to do everything. So in fact, one of our good friends, they just had one of their special wish trips for their child who had cancer, and they went to Disney.
Okay.
And she's like, what would you tell me is like one of the best things to do? And I said, remember that the trip is about the kids, not about you.
Okay.
So as adults, we're like, we got to run to this, right? We got to run to this, right? We got to do this.
Right?
We got to do all this, right?
Yeah.
But the kids might not want to do that. They might just want to stop and go see this character, or stop and go do this, or go back to the hotel and swim in their really cool pool for an afternoon.
Yeah.
And if that's what the kids want to do, it's about them. It's not about you.
Yeah.
So you've got to tame the expectations and say, just because I have 50,000 things planned to do that day in Disney, and the kids are going to do every single one of them, by the end of the day, our first trip to Disney, our last day there, the kids didn't even want to go to the parks. They were exhausted. They were so tired and so done with just running constantly.
Yeah.
And we made them go. And we made them go to this. We made them go to Hollywood Studios.
Yeah.
And we spent all day at Hollywood Studios. And I remember leaving that night. I'm like, kids didn't even have fun. Like, they didn't want to be here. They were complaining. They were tired.
Yep.
They just didn't want to be there. I could have had more fun with them at the pool the whole day, and they would have enjoyed themselves. So I think any of those trips like that, right? You got to remember that as adults, you want to get, like you said, get your money's worth, right?
Yes.
But to the kids, it's about them having fun and what they're going to remember.
Good money for this,
The one trip, they had like this movie night at the resort.
Yeah.
And we swam all day in the pool, and the kids wanted to watch this movie that was at the resort. And the kids remember watching that movie, Shannon bringing down snacks for them to watch the movie, more than anything else for that entire trip. Because for whatever reason, it was just fun to them to sit out under the stars, watch this movie on this projector, sitting in these chairs. And they remembered it.
That's cool.
So that taught me right there, the kids need to dictate, kind of what the stuff is on those trips. Like, let them follow their lead about what they want to do, what they really want to do.
Yeah.
So dad bucket list, want to go see Grand Canyon, the mountains out west.
Okay.
I want to see that stuff. I've never been out there. I've been to California, never been anywhere else out there.
Okay.
So love to go do that. And then 2 years from now, we're going to go to Hawaii.
Nice. Okay.
So Aiden loves stuff with the wars and things like that. So he's going to love seeing Pearl Harbor and all of that. Aubrey, you can ride horses on the beach down there. So you have to be 8 years or older to do it.
That'll be epic.
So I figured, we got to wait a little bit. She'll be 8 this year. Wait a couple of years, go down there. I mean, it's a long flight, man.
Was it 8 hours?
Oh no, it's longer than that.
It's 8 hours. I think. When I had to fly to San Francisco, so obviously that was some time. Then I think it was 8 hours.
That was
to San Francisco.
It was like 5. Yeah, it was like 5 to San Francisco, and then another whatever. I think it's 4 or 5 to Hawaii, something like that. But one of the flights that we looked at was from here to Detroit, and then Detroit all the way to Hawaii.
Okay, how long is that?
It was like 11 hours on the plane or something. I'm like,
Yeah.
man, that's a long time to sit in a
Yes.
plane.
Yes.
That's a long time.
Yes.
And I'm like, there's no way our kids are gonna do that this year. Like, there's no way. Like, they've got to be a little bit older.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah, and then hitting around just all the stuff around here and all the museums we can find and all the things that we can find that the kids can learn stuff at.
Yeah.
So that's my bucket list.
I like it, man. Well, and too, like, just you're doing the bucket list, but with, like you said, like the kids in mind.
Yep.
And I think that's that's very powerful. How you're talking about let the kids set the tone for Disney, and then two, tying back to our, we were talking in the beginning about like it's being into what they're into, right, and
Yep.
having fun doing what they
What they want to do, yeah.
and it's like if again it's not gonna make sense, right? But just think of like even as adults, like how much stuff do other adults do that like you're like that makes no sense,
Yep.
to me, right?
But it makes sense to them.
It makes sense to them. So same thing with the kid,
Yep.
like that doesn't make any sense. Like all right.
But it makes sense to them.
Yeah, I love it. Perfect, man. So the last question we ask is like, what's your dad mantra? Is there like a saying or a poem or a song lyric or something?
You know where this is coming, don't you?
Okay.
So dad mantra, and I got a prop for this. Dad mantra is dolphin.
Dolphin. Dude,
So,
I love this story.
all right. So he loves this story. This is a good story. So Aiden's about 3 years old, and we go to this county, local fair, right?
Yeah.
And he wins this dolphin, just like this one. Dolphin, just like this. He carried that dolphin everywhere with him for like a week, right? And he would hug it, he would hold it, he would sleep with it at night. And we were going through kind of that phase. Like everybody says it's the terrible twos. I think it's the terrible threes personally, but I'm upstairs getting ready to go to work, and I hear him downstairs just back talking Shannon. And he's not listening, and she's telling him, you got to do this. And he's going, no, I'm not. And he's just being like, I had enough. And she's always been probably the tougher one, but I'm the one who'll snap because they're getting their way with her, or they're being that way with her, and I don't like hearing it, right?
Yeah.
So
again talking about like the pace, like when again, it's such a cliche dude thing where it's like the son is back talking to mom, or like being mean to the little sister. You're just like, rah,
So I'm upstairs. I hear all this, and I come storming down the stairs, and I am just ready. I am angry, right? I'm angry, and
not back down.
He's right in front of me, and I'm yelling at him, and he's just staring at me like, I'm not paying any attention to you. I don't care, right? And right next to him is the dolphin. And at that moment, I grab the dolphin, I grab the head, and I rip the head off of the dolphin in front of his face. And as I'm ripping the head off of this dolphin, I'm watching this terror on his face. And it's like the innocence, right, of his youth at being 3 years old. It's just flying out of his body. And as I'm ripping the head off the dolphin, I'm like, I wonder if I can put this back together. And then I have two pieces of it, and I'm like,
can I go back in time, please?
Yeah, no, it's not going back together at this point. So at that moment, it taught both of us something. And I don't know who it taught more. I think it probably taught me more than him, actually. Yeah. So it taught him, you can make somebody mad enough that they're going to get that angry. Yeah. And they could rip the head off of your favorite dolphin. But it taught me that you can't get that angry.
Yes.
And I tell everybody, and I told you this story when you first had your kids, I said, it's the dolphin story, right?
Yeah.
Everybody as a parent, you're going to have that dolphin moment. You're going to have that moment where you're going to snap, and you're going to do something that, you can't take back.
Yep.
And that is going to affect you and going to affect your kids. Yep. So know that you're going to probably have that dolphin moment sometime in your life, and it's going to happen. So the mantra is dolphin. But the best saying that I can tell you is, everybody says, I'm going to raise my kids perfect. I'm never going to do anything wrong. No.
Doesn't exist.
No, it doesn't exist.
Doesn't exist.
So as a parent, you're going to screw up your kids.
Yeah.
You're going to screw up with them. You're going to screw them up.
Yeah.
It's just knowing that you do the best job that you can because you can't be perfect.
Yeah.
And there's no way that you're going to ever be perfect and do everything right for your kids. So instead of trying to be perfect, why not try not to screw your kids up that much?
Just try to minimize
The dolphin
moments.
And try
that.
not to mess the
that.
kids up that much. Knowing
Love
that you're
it.
going to do something. I still, in fact, later in life, I was telling my mom about stuff that like she did when I was little.
Yeah.
That like, I still remember and still haunted me to this day. So, you know, you don't know the things as a parent because like the story was that we had like that ChemLawn chemical company come and spray the lawn, right? And she's like, whatever you do when you go out there, you don't ever want to like, you know, put your fingers all over and then put it in your mouth or anything like that, right? And she goes, because you can die from it.
Yeah.
And I had come home from school and I had this tree fort and I was eating chocolate covered graham crackers. I still remember them. And one fell off of the tree fort. And I was like, just jumped down off the tree fort, grabbed it and ate it. No big deal. And then in my mind, I go,
oh no.
That sign was in the yard, wasn't it? And I walked from the backyard, we had about an acre, from the backyard all the way to the front, hoping that that sign wasn't where I thought it was. And I walked up to the front, and that sign's in the yard. And I walked to the backyard going, I'm gonna die.
I'm dead.
Yeah, I'm gonna die.
Dead.
Like, I'm gonna die. Like, I ate this and I'm gonna die. I never told her, and never told my mom I thought about that. Never told my mom that did anything. She had no clue, right?
Yeah.
She's just like, don't eat anything off the ground. She can die from all those chemicals.
Yeah.
But she never knew that it affected me that way.
Right.
That happened.
She didn't go like, well, hey, if you'll probably be okay if you eat
but
like there's a little bit, right?
Yeah.
But like nobody.
But
the thing is, the parent, you just go straight to like extreme mode. Like,
Yeah.
you're like worst case scenario, right?
Yeah.
There's
So
no in between.
Whatever I was, 8 or 9 at the time or whatever, and I still remember it completely to this day, like how I felt, the walk, everything about it.
So you were just like walking like. This is it.
Yeah, like I'm gonna die.
This is it.
Like, yeah, I'm gonna get sick and I'm gonna die. Like I don't even know why I never said anything to her. I think I was afraid that she'd be mad at me for eating it off the ground.
Yeah.
So I would just die in peace.
Yeah.
But I'm still here. So yeah, the dad mantra is you're going to have your dolphin moment. You're going to have a choice to either rip the head off the dolphin or stop and remember that you're going to screw your kids up, but don't do it too much.
Don't do it too much.
And still to this day, there's still a dolphin in his room.
Yep.
And I think that dolphin in his room, I got this out of his room this morning.
That's awesome.
And I think that dolphin, he keeps it in his room.
It's a symbol.
I think it's for both of us though, really, right? I think he has it there and he sees it and it makes him think about, let's not make dad that pissed off.
Yeah, right.
Right? And 2, every time I see it, I go, yeah, you just got to remember to calm down and, take a breath.
Yep.
So
that's awesome.
There you go.
Awesome.
You got your dad props. I got my dolphin.
That's right. Dad, dude, you got the dad props. We'll do it. I mean, that is like, you need, like, even like this is my, Erica's favorite color is green, Julia's favorite color is pink, and then JJ's blue. So it's like I have my Erica, Julia, JJ, like, Erica's like, you always have some type of gimmick or some type of something, but it, like for me, like it is something that's always I try to have these reminders around me all the time because it's like, left to my own devices, man. I'm just talking about like that with Aiden being like all about that Fortnite level or JJ all about this, like it's tunnel vision, right? It's like we're wired to have tunnel vision, right? And so it's like I gotta. Anything you can do to set up the room to where it's like, all right, don't get too locked in, just enjoy the ride, man. So
you got
awesome. But well, anything else that you would add?
No, I think we went over everything.
Yeah, this
is
awesome.
a good talk.
This is very good talk. Good dad talk. So well, thank you everybody for joining us. And we talked about goats, talked about dolphins, talked about all kinds of.
We talked about everything.
We talked about it all. So
we gave these people plenty of places to go.
That's right. So. Again, our goal with the Dad Poet Society is just, dads helping other dads be better dads, and carpe the dad life. Seize the dad life. Just how your kids are, 3 years ahead of mine, or 2 years. Yeah, 3 years ahead of mine. Sorry, 3 years. I can count. So, but 3. So, but it's like. Thank you because now it helps give me perspective. Is that I'm having it's like it's like a midlife crisis in the middle of my midlife, right?
Yeah.
With like JJ, I'm like, well, he's not this little boy anymore. Like
Yep.
he's like this like mini man kind of thing, but it's like it's what you work towards, right?
Yep.
You want him to be more, like mature. They want him to grow and all
Yep.
that, but it's just like I don't know, man. It's like you can definitely fight the change, right? Which is natural.
Yep.
Or you can just embrace it and be the best dad you can be.
Be the best dad you can be.
So all day. So be the best paper cup you can be. So seize the dad life, carpe dad life. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time. So thanks again,
See
brother.
ya. No
Appreciate
problem.
it, man. Thank you.
Thank you.
That was awesome. That was awesome.
That was good.
That was awesome.